It's Monday, September 27th, and we're going to go on a hike at Governor Dodge State Park. I think it's called the Meadow Valley Trail. We're currently in the campground, as you can see. We're in Twin Valley Campground. And we are at site number 204. But we're going to trailhead is just outside the park. I'm sorry, outside the campground. So we'll be heading in this direction to get outside the campground. Well, we're now outside the campground. Going to start our hike now. Our plan was to go to the caves, but they've got the caves closed. Alright. The cave is really small anyhow, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, here we go. September, and the sumac is turning bright red. Here it's just the beginning of the turning of red. And next week they'll probably all be red. It's prairie here. It's a mixed prairie, tall grass prairie in here. See, these plants are fully in seed bloom right now. We're now leaving the goldenrod prairie and headed into a hardwood forest. Looks like a real well-maintained hiking trail. Looks like they come in there and actually mow every once in a while. Doesn't look like this gets heavily traveled from where we are, however. Although I think this is a biking trail as well. And horses too, I think, can use this trail. This takes us to a different part of the campground. This way, a different loop than what we're staying at. Yeah, you can see they come in here and they mow. We've gone only a few steps and we've come to a intersection in the trails. This will take us to an amphitheater and beach this way, but we're not going to be going there. There's the horse trail. Well, we're going this way. Another grove of sumac trees here along the trail. They can probably grow here because gets enough sunlight on this corner of the trail. It's warm in the sun, comfortable inside the canopy of the trees. And here we've come to a grove of aspen. I think they're aspen. Yeah. There's a few other kinds of trees mixed in here as well. But boy, they've lost practically all their leaves already. A few intermixed sumac in here. You can see this is a multi-use trail. It's more designed for the horses and the bike riding than it is for hiking, but we can hike on it too. We've come to the intersection by another campground and another lake. We're in Twin Valley Campground. I'm not sure which one this is. But that takes us to another lake. And here's the amphitheater. But we're going to be taking this route right here. We came from this way. The topography has changed significantly. Now we're into a rocky area. And this section of the trail has some loose gravel on it, I guess.
What side, Woody?
Yeah, the loose gravel is a bit slippery. There's a sign here saying that people should walk their bikes down this hill because of the loose gravel and corners and steepness. But it makes the trail more interesting when you have different topography. Occasionally off to the side of the trail we find these depressions. As you can see, there's some cattails down there, so obviously it's a spot where water collects. But you can see the vegetation changes from down in these depressions to the hardwoods across the way there and where we're standing. It's mainly oaks in here. But over here we actually have a white pine back up in there. So it's a mixed forest. And we found a little stream that flows into that low area I showed you earlier where the cattails were. We have some Queen Anne's lace here. It's actually an invasive species, but it's not harmful at all. Here we have some blackberries turning red. See, there's some type of a flowering fruit tree in here. There's open area. Maybe at one time this was a farming area, I'm not sure. You see there's some different kinds of fruit trees in here. I don't think it's anything like a quality apple, maybe a crab apple or something. Oh, she scared the toad away. This is immediately after the toad. There's a few wildflowers out here. Not very many, it's way too late in the season. We're off here to the right of the trail. A few flowers.
Last time my nose just kept running. I had to go like 3 times.
And here is a lake that we'll be going past. I look in the map and find out what the name is. I keep forgetting names. It extends all the way over here. I don't know if you can see it very well. Get down a little farther, maybe we can get a better picture. The name of the lake is Twin Valley Lake. A water stream was dammed, and then the lake flooded 2 different valleys, thus the appropriate name, Twin Valley Lake. It's the largest lake in the park. I don't know if you can see that very well. There's a beach on this lake as well. The leaf colors are changing. Got some orange ones over there, and here they're turning yellow. Beneath that we have them turning red. The bedrock around here has to be sandstone. So we are walking on a very, very sandy trail right now. Oh look, sandstone. And the sand is very good at displaying deer tracks. I've walked right through here. Well, there's got some high land over there, the sandstone outcroppings. I think there's another one behind these trees right here. Something here fully into seed. A little maple up there turning red. Over here more blackberries. And here we have a wild rose plant. A real large one. Intermixed are blackberries. Some, get the sun out of there. Aspen trees in there. You can see where all the blackberries had been on this big branch here. Sun again. It's a nice little scene there, huh? See, it's a mixed forest because you have the red cedar here. And here we have a Norway pine, also referred to as a red pine. Another red cedar. But mostly there are hardwoods in here. Actually, behind that red cedar right there is a white pine. All kinds of different trees in here. Notice the grapevine climbing this tree right here. Wrapping around and up it goes. All the way up to the crown. There's actually quite a few grapevines in here. If I turn, old ones right here. This one might be dead. No, I can see some leaves up there. And if we go up here a little farther, another tree with grapevines crawling up it. Right at the base there, that's a very old, very large grapevine. Standing up into the tree here. Well, we've come to a junction in the trail, and off to the right is the small cave. Currently the caves are closed They want to protect them from the white nose syndrome. It's really a sad situation that the bats are dying like this. Remember, as a youth back on the farm, we'd go out and play hide and seek at this time of the year because it got dark earlier. And there'd be bats flying all over us. They would roost in the old barn and silo. So we're going to take this cave trail. We can't go in the cave, but we can take a picture of it outside. Well, here we are down by Twin Valley Lake. There's a little bit of water coming back in this corner here. No. Found some violet colored flowers. Up in the hillside there too. Other side of the trail. Up over here. Back around here. Yeah, there's quite a few of them here. See the bee down in there? We have come to the intersection of the cave trail. This takes us back to a small cave. We can't go in the cave, but we can take a picture of the entrance, I would think. Well, I guess eventually we're going to find something like this if we were going to find a cave. I think I found the cave. But no, this sign says you need to keep on walking. And that says go this way. And here's the cave. Looks like they've got a gate across it, which is a good idea. Sandstone. Sandstone cliff right here. Here talking about white nose syndrome. Yep. Terrible situation. It's a fungus. Another little spring running to the lake. Well, we can tell we're on the north side of the hill. Well, not actually. We're probably on the east side. But we have ferns in here and they can't grow unless there's lots of water. Might be seeping out of the ground as it comes down the hill and hits these rocks. But there's a nice grove of ferns along here. We've come to another trail junction. We'll be taking the one to the left. That's a Meadow Valley Trail. And that's the one we want, Meadow Valley Trail. And now we've come back to the trail that's going to lead into the campground. So we've almost made full circle. Now we come back to our campsite to complete our circle. We have begun our hike on Tuesday. We're starting out actually the same way we started yesterday, so this should all be familiar to you. And rather than going straight up here ahead, we're going to take a right. What's the loop we're going to go on? Lost Canyon Trail is what we're going to be taking today. We are still currently on the hiking trail we started on yesterday, but now we're coming to a trail junction, and here we'll be turning to the right. We'll be taking the Meadow Valley Trail that we did not finish on. We came back on the road yesterday rather than coming this way to get back to the campground. So we take this, and then this will link to the Hidden Valley Trail. I had a guy talking to a guy with a bicycle, electric bicycle, and he was concerned about these trail admission cards, and he couldn't figure out why he would need one and where he could buy one. But I see the trail admission card is for horses, not bicycles. So we're going this way, up a hill a little bit. There's a lot more up and down yesterday than I expected. There's been a lot of goldenrod in this park. Right over here, we have some asparagus. It's nice to see. Here we have some burning nettle and a little birdie. I think that's a fir. I'm not positive. I don't think I want to walk back in there because there's burning nettle back in there. More wild rose. I'm not sure. I think fir is supposed to be softer than this. This might be a spruce, a type of spruce. So we're in a mixed forest. We have evergreens and we have hardwoods. There's a whole grove of those trees in here. Ah, the maples are turning. Well, the Meadow Valley Trail goes off in this direction to the right. But what we're going to do is go straight through here. I think. No, actually, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're right here. Well, we link up here with the Lost Canyon Trail, so we're going to head down this way. Go around like so.
Water.
Yes. Strictly a hiking and cross-country ski trail. So we don't have to dodge the horse apples on this trail. And here we have the Lost Canyon Trail. We'll be coming back this route as we make our loop. We'll be going down this way. And as we walk just a few feet on the trail, pretty purple flowers. And goldenrod. Blackberries again. Yeah, recurring theme, I guess. Goldenrod and blackberries. And maple trees turning color. And there's some things on the other side of the trail too. Just go off the trail a little bit here. Coming to a rock face. Of course, we're up on the top of it. Look how steep this is here. Of course, this is just a straight drop off right here. And notice how steep the hillside is here. Right up here is the trail. It becomes really, really steep. To a pile of rocks down there. Yeah. think we've already noticed that there's been a steep downgrade a little earlier, haven't we? But this is going to be part of the hiking trail. So it's probably good that we're taking a clockwise hike as opposed to a counterclockwise hike. Well, we'll see. We could certainly find some uphill further ahead. Well, it's now noon, and we've gone down quite a ways. We still need to go down some more. Look how high that ridge is in front of us. And they have these warnings for the cross-country skiers. Well, I guess we've reached pretty much the bottom of the grade. You can see we've got a bit of a marsh down here. Some standing water. Well, the sign said bridge, but it's just planks going across the soft ground. But it works. And we've got a little bit of stream coming here. So water comes down off the mountainsides. Mountainsides, yeah, right. So now that we've come down, my guess is we're going to start going up. Yes, up. And the underlying rock here, of course, is sandstone. You're at the base of the hill. Come over this way. I'm not sure if you can see it very well. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit. Got a big rock face up here. Sandstone. Extending all this to way over here. And the leaves are falling. There she is. And another soft spot in the trail. It's pretty dry right now though. You can see after a rain where this would be a problem. And here at the base of the rocks, we've got ferns. So as the water percolates down off these rocky surfaces, it stays pretty wet in here. Of course, having the leaves as a base helps prevent it from evaporating quickly. Got these trees in here creating a thick canopy, thus keeping it shaded, keeping down a lot of those plants that need sunlight to grow. So you got some ferns in here because they don't need quite as much sunlight. But there's very few other trees or plants in here that need lots of sunlight in this open area. We turn over here on the other side of the trail and see where there's more sunlight. You got more undergrowth. Well, we are definitely in the driftless area with the ridges and valleys. Now, why do you suppose they put a bench at this spot right here? Mommy knows. Big sandstone face right here. Right here at the base of the creek. At its base is the creek.
This is neat. This is neat. Look at that. Trees growing
There's trees growing
up from the rock.
right up there. And staying on the canyon trail, come to another bridge. Now we're beginning to gain some elevation. Spring house. Stefan's family spring house. And here's our little spring.
Can you do a flashlight? I think this goes into the back of your house.
This is for storing food, Bonnie. Storing food. Milk, potatoes, things like that.
Well, what about in the summertime? How do they keep it cold?
This old-fashioned refrigerator stands on former Alex Steffens' farmstead. 5 generations of Steffens family members used this spring house to keep their milk and food cool. It was built in the 1850s. The rusted pipes leading from the structure are the remains of an old hydraulic ram water pump system. This system, motivated by water power, allowed the Steffens to pump water uphill to storage tanks for home and livestock use. It operated until 1920s when electricity became available in the rural area. This is the piping they're talking about. Right along the spring. Look at how the water is just seeping down off the hill here, down this rock face. We have rounded the corner on the north side of the Lost Canyon Trail. So we're walking along the west side of the trail. The Steffens Falls is to our right. See, here we got meadow on the left, woods on the right. But I think we're going to be stepping into the woods here pretty quickly. And we have entered the woods. Oh boy. And we have entered the woods. We're well past, we're probably 3/4 of the way done with Lost Canyon Trail. Maybe not quite that much, but it's probably close. And then we have to find the Lincoln Trail to take us back to the campground. You generally have a reason to put a bench in a particular spot. I guess this is the portion where it's canyon. Steep on both sides. Sandstone ledges. That little spring down there. We're going to go take a look at Wilson Spring House with this side trail. And here it is. See, they dug down a little more for this spring house. Now the question is, where's the spring? Well, there's no water in here. It's not that cool in here now either.
It is on the other side.
That's where we came from. This is the way we'll be going. Got another little side trail here. See what this takes us to. Top of a rocky bluff. Oh, shaking the camera around. Sorry about that. Yep. Across the way you can see the trees are turning different colors. Got some white pine in here. Looks like there's some jack pine. There's a white pine right here. Across the way there's some Norway pine or red pine. The red cedar right in my way here. Behind it you get the white pine, an oak, birch right here. Yep, all kinds of different species. I had a bend down here underneath this tree. And there she is. These little ferns growing on the side of that rock right here. Yeah. Don't want to be being too careless here, otherwise, oh, it wouldn't be good. But there are trees here in the region of Governor Dodge State Park. Pretty good example of a mixed forest. Hardwoods and softwoods, conifers. And we go this way to go home. And now we come to where we started our hike on Lost Canyon Trail. So we're going to be retracing our steps here pretty soon. I'm sorry. Yeah, Lost Canyon Trail. So to get back to the campground, we need to hike on the Meadow Valley Trail like we hiked on yesterday. Get across the road up here, head on back. Campground is in the area of those far trees over here. Zooming in on that now. So we take this route right here. And we come to the intersection where we need to take a left, head back up toward our campsite. So we just need to go this way a little bit and we'll be back to the campground. And we've reached the road that goes into the campground. Got this little trail in front of us. It takes us up into the campground and very near to our campsite. And come up to the campground road. The truck's right ahead there. Oh, there you are. And that hike was 6.24 miles. Duration was 4 hours and 2 minutes. I took 15,269 steps. We walked farther yesterday. We're headed up to the Deer Cove rock shelter. The lake is right behind us. See, here we got an awful lot of sandstone in front of us. It's referred to as Deer Cove because it's been observed that deer will come in here for shelter. And that overhang there is what makes it a shelter.
In this winter, the storms, can't need that. That rock is so pretty.
Let's see if I can't make it look more like a ledge to you. And now we're looking straight up.